You are broke, and that's okay because you're watching this video and clearly want to change your life circumstances. I know it's hard for people to break free and find some motivation to get out of a rut, so I hope this video can at least aid you financially and help build a stronger mindset. In return for watching the video, I'm going to lay out the 5 key steps that can help adjust your situation and become richer. And of course, with all videos, this is not financial advice. So first, you have to identify why you're broke. It's almost always because you spend all your money on items such as clothing, beauty like makeup or nails, alcohol, whatever it is. So before you watch the rest of the video, I want you to open up your bank statements, look at what you spend all your money on, and then identify how it can be done cheaper. The easiest example I can give is alcohol because it's a really big cultural thing, especially in Australia, but also America and the UK. And the reason why I say this is because here in Australia we have this thing called pre's, which is pre-drinks before we go out to nightclubs, bars, etc. Now with pre-drinks, people do it cheaper by buying alcohol from the bottle store rather than just going to nightclubs and spending upwards of $15 to buy just a pint of beer, which obviously is ridiculous, so just drink beforehand and obviously preferably not drink, but I understand that most young people want to do that, go to parties, and that's okay as long as it's not taking up all your time and becoming your lifestyle. My point here is though, don't waste all your money on these establishments when there's easier ways of doing this rather than building habits that make you spend a lot of money. Shifting your mindset is a great focus because it's not about being cheap, but rather having cheaper alternatives to choose from. Another thing we need to assess is your assets. Now on this channel, I would normally say go buy stocks, exchange traded funds, property, crypto, but as we've established, you're broke, so that's out of the question. So assets I'm talking about here drive a little bit deeper. Now it isn't a common trait, but the first one is hard work. Now I don't actually know if it's something people are born with, if they cultivate it from their upbringing, but personally I believe it's from some form of heavy trauma such as a health scare, a family or friend passing, or some form of heartbreak. I think escaping the barrier of comfort and realizing life isn't that easy allows you to start trying new things and discovering what you want to pursue. It's cliche, but as soon as trauma hits, most people go to the gym and that helps strengthen your body and your mind. It helps build confidence, especially for young people and in particular men who need it the most. About 2 or 3 months ago now, I decided to dedicate roughly an hour every day towards the gym, and I experienced some harder days where I may not want to push myself, but no, I must endure the hardship because at the end of the day, I'll feel better for it. And this helps with any realm you want to focus your energy and discipline into. Next thing you need to build is a strong skill set. I have one in particular that's really good, and I'll show that in a second. However, I'm going to tell you 2 alternatives first. Being good at video games or some bullshit like that is not a skill. You need to find skills that are evergreen and can last a lifetime no matter what field you work in, as they're transferable throughout all areas of life. Sales, marketing, video editing, leadership, emotional intelligence, all are skills that you need throughout your whole life that can help you reap the rewards financially later. With video games, you can become really good, work very hard to do so, stream on Twitch and become the 1% that succeed and make money from it. But if you fall short and quit, the skills you have aren't transferable to other workspaces. So my first alternative is listen to podcasts, and I do this religiously with Alex Hormozi, Graham Stephan, Lex Friedman, Tom Billion, and a couple others. And generally it's them getting other outstanding people to hop on their platform and have an intelligent conversation that helps benefit the listener in their endeavors. So I really recommend those 4 people for people who watch this video because my channel is based on business and self-improvement, and so are they. The next alternative to build a skill set is to read books. I was always really reluctant to do this because I saw podcasts as just as educational and have that visual learning tool. But books help just as much because they help you construct those ideas and thoughts, and they stick much better in your head. I recently bought 7 books that all focus on building habits and mindset, understanding the psychology of others, and gaining perspective on how money works. So if you want to break free of the basic lifestyle that everyone lives and want to do something much greater, then gather a skill set and new form ideas that can help you do so. Okay, finally, the big secret and the number 1 way to build a skill set is to get on the field and practice. In terms of video editing, I can watch 100 hours of YouTube and learn all the fancy tricks. Or I can watch 10 hours on the basics and actually make videos which can hone in my abilities. If you want to do sales, get a sales job. If you want to be a leader, go into a team environment and put your hand up to take on the role. Everyone starts somewhere, and learning on the job is the most effective way of doing so. A lot of people overestimate what can be done in a year but underestimate what they can do in a decade. From the ages of 18 to 28 specifically, especially men, they have to build themselves up physically, mentally, monetarily, and build strong relationships with both males and females. If you're sitting there right now as an 18, 19, 20-year-old male and absorbing, learning, consuming content like this that is positively motivational and you can actually apply a bit of discipline to work hard with a dream in mind, there is no way you can fail. 10 years ago, I was 9 years old learning my times tables. Now I'm working hard, making money, building myself, and that is a large improvement. But me when I'm 29 will be a whole different monster because with the will to get better, that will compound year by year to become successful. I know most of you at home can inherit the same mindset and hopefully accomplish what you set out to achieve. I say it over and over again, Jeff Bezos was working at McDonald's till he was 23. Steve Jobs just started Apple when he was 22, but it wasn't successful till later. Andrew Tate didn't start making money until he was 27. Steve Harvey was homeless for a long time until at 35 started to see a little bit of success. And the thing is, you may be younger at this point in time and still believe you can't make it, when for these people, they were probably in the same position, but did make it after a long time and a lot of effort. Timing is an amazing concept, and those who work just at 50% efficiency outside of the normal jobs will prosper. And stemming from that, the next thing you need to do is have patience. As the old saying goes, Rome wasn't built in a day, the same way you won't get rich in one day. All big things start with small beginnings, and those repeated efforts day in and day out compound over time and lead to grander achievements. The book Atomic Habits portrays this wonderfully with a concept called the plateau of latent potential. As you can see, the results do come with time. However, there's a large area of underwhelming results where in your mind you believe you're underperforming. But rather, it's the area under the graph where you've been tested the most mentally to see if you can push through and hit the point of exponential growth. This may take months, years, decades, but it always comes with true consistency. So patience when you're broke is very useful, and I believe it combines all the points above nicely. Because tough times never last, however, tough people do last, and live your life free from expectation because you'll do something that no one expects. And listen, if you're broke, I really hope this video helps and you can come out thriving from it, because there's a whole world to understand out there and I know you can do it. And I know we all want to make it, but it's the people who repeat these steps consistently that will. And anyway guys, I hope you liked the video. Subscribe down below, share the video with a friend if they're also broke. That sounds so arrogant, but if you want to help someone in a financial situation that they can do better, follow the socials down below. Hey now.